Weekly mission. Here's the deal. Affirmations usually pretty much suck. There's a book, 59 Seconds by Richard Wiseman. He talks about the psychological research on affirmations. Actually shows that by people saying shit that they don't believe is true, it actually lowers their self-esteem, because actually it just reminds you of the thing that you think that you don't actually believe. And I've always kind of said that. It's like affirmations, they don't work. I discovered this book by a guy named Noah St. John, a great little book of Afformations, Afformations. Brilliant, genius idea, and it was, instead of stating a fact, it was asking a question. So instead of saying like, I believe that I'm great, so why do I discover more and more often that I'm actually a great person? And you leave open-ended questions in your mind. You don't answer them, you just leave them there. And by having open-ended questions that you ask like that, that would suggest as if the affirmation were true, what happens is your mind begins to find reasons why it is true. And I found these to be quite useful and to work quite well. The one challenge I found with them, though, is sometimes like, well, how do you know what questions to ask? It's kind of like haphazard questions that I'm just asking to create these really nice beliefs about myself or about things that I want to be able to do. So I'm working through this new program in a book called The Artist's Way. It's a kind of spiritual path to creativity, and I will link that book down below as well. And in the book, she talks about affirmations, and I started reading. I was like, oh shit, here we go again. More affirmations. But actually one of the things she uses them for is quite cool. It's not just say the affirmation and believe it, it's say it and then notice what defiant, limiting belief blurts itself out. So you say something like, I am a great writer, and then you notice as soon as you say that no you're not, you suck, you can't focus. And it's like, oh, what was that little thing that I just blurted out to myself? And that's the thing you write down, you call that a blurt. And so you say the affirmations only to kind of mine your limiting beliefs or your blurts out. And then her solution from there is now just create a positive affirmation that counters that blurt. And then, shit, we're back in the same place again. Shitting affirmations that don't work. But I was thinking, you know what if we did her thing with the affirmation to mine the blurts, to mine out the limiting beliefs, and then we took those limiting beliefs and we converted them to questions using the Afformation system from Noah St. John. So I tried that this morning, and it was freaking awesome. I mean, I was doing it about, I want to write a book, so some limiting beliefs about being a writer and things like that. And the experience of coming up with, saying an affirmation, one of the affirmations that I used, I, John Morgan, am a prolific and brilliant writer. And it's like as soon as I say that, all this stuff starts coming up. And those things I write down as blurts, and I created affirmations around them. I started asking myself questions about those things and why actually the positive thing could be true. And as I did that, more and more positive affirmation questions started to come to me, and I felt such a freeing, a release. And I really have a distinct, subtle kind of awareness of saying something to myself that I feel is true and saying something to myself that isn't true. And that's why I think affirmations suck most of the time, is because I kind of feel inside that I'm not buying it, so it's a freaking waste of time. But I could feel inside that I was buying it, and I was being pulled more and more in, becoming more and more curious about how these positive things might be true. But there was no defiance, because there was no assertion that they were true. It just left me into open curiosity, and I go throughout my day discovering more and more reasons why they may be true. So your mission this week is to say some positive affirmations. Notice the shit that comes up that you blurt out to yourself that isn't true, that says it's not true, that affirmation, and then turn those blurts into affirmations. Now, if you want to see specifically how I did it, go ahead and join Hero Club. Below the video, I will post my actual affirmation, my blurts, and my affirmations that I created. I'll also link down below the video the books I'm referencing, and I think I have some link to some research that shows that affirmations don't work. So that's the mission this week. Join Hero Club, post your stuff, your blurts, your affirmations in the comment thread below the video. If you want any support or you want help in doing this exercise, leave a comment below the video, and I'll do my best to support you. Much love.